Namaste, dear listeners. Welcome to the Iowa channel, Astro in with Abhi, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. Now, we're going to talk about karmic evolutionary process. Why it's important? Why it's important to be adaptive? Why it's important to be of change? Why it's important to be open-minded? We're going to talk about this, and it's going to really make you think very, very hard as to how you have been, how you currently are, and based on where you want to go, what are the things that you need to change to get there. So, and this goes hand in hand with astrology. And I'm going to explain, if you observe nature, just observe nature, you will see that nature is changing. Nature is adapting. If you look at the plant, as it's growing, it strengthens itself to be able to handle its own branches and its own fruit. You'll see with heavy winds, as the plant is growing, it starts to sag one side, but no sooner than later it strengthens itself and it adapts to it. It adapts to the harsh environment conditions that's present, and this allows it, this weather patterns are the reason for its strength. It's now able to withstand such, and it grows beautifully. This is karmic evolutionary process, where the plant has adapted based on external factors. Now, as human beings, it's very important to be like nature, for we are part of nature. We are a happening from nature. Nature is not happening because of us. We are happening because of nature. We are happening because of nature. Therefore, it's very important to adopt the same principles, adaptation, based on external factors, adaptation. Once you adapt, this allows you an opportunity to strengthen yourself. As you adapt more and more and more, as a consequence, you are strengthening yourself. Now, if you're a person that does not want to change, whether you're male, female, doesn't matter, you do not want to change, you look at your history, you look at your karmic memory, you do not want to change because of ignorance, maybe the ego is in the way. So these are your words: I want to stay as I am, for I don't see myself I'm wrong in any way. Now, this is a very dangerous approach towards yourself. This is like the poison. The poison is the inability to change, the inability to be adaptive. And the nectar is the ability to be adaptive, the ability to change. The planets are transiting, they never wait for nobody. They are doing their bits. The sun never stops its movement for anybody. It's doing its dharma. So if nature is doing its bit, and if you are resisting this, then you are going against nature's laws. Therefore, you are failing your higher self, which is your God, which is you. You are failing yourself. I've heard a lot of people say that, you know what, God has never helped me. I've never seen God come through for me. But you'll find this in most human beings. These are generally the ones that are very stubborn. They don't want to change. So the moment you change, you have already allowed the God in you to work for you. The moment you accept accountability and you take the necessary steps to create some change within you, then you have sparked the God in you to work for you. So it's very important to understand that you at your highest, you are the God, just in small fragments. If you don't change and if you choose to be as you are, most people that have this way of thinking and speaking and acting, these people, after you see them, after 5 years, they're still in the same position, they're still fighting the same demons, and they either in the same frequency or if not below. You see, so this is not where you want to be. A lot of people want to be, they want to improve, they want to be better human beings, but it's all just sake. Because what are you doing about it? Are you adapting to the changes based on your karmic memory, based on your past, what you've went through? Are you making the necessary adjustments? Have you learned from what you have done before? Have you learned from the certain things that you said, thought, said, and done? Are you making changes for a better result? A lot of people want a better life, but they don't make the changes when it comes to their thinking. They still think the same way. They don't change the way they speak. They still speak the same way. They don't change the way they act. They still act the same way. Therefore, they are still the same frequency, yet they're expecting of something of a higher frequency. The universe gives you what you are. Therefore, it's absolutely important to be adaptive. It's absolutely important to change. Change is the best. I feel this personally based on awareness, Bobby. Change is the most peaceful way, or brings about the most amount of peace. For this is the root for seeing the beauty in the chaos. When there's chaos, as a consequence of being adaptive and learning from your karmic memory, you start to see the beauty in all chaos. Therefore, you are vibrating higher. As a consequence, you are peaceful. As a consequence, you are attracting that experiences from the higher vibration because you are in a higher vibrational realm. It's a land, not a physical land, but a land of spirituality. It's a frequency, it's a state of consciousness, it's an awareness. Now, it's also very important to remember that because I'm speaking about change and how important it is, it's also important to remember this much that as much as you're looking at your karmic memory, you need to put yourself in your shoes or the shoes that you was at that moment. Try and imagine how you felt. Try and imagine what the things that you say. Try and imagine that the things that you used to hear that made you feel uncomfortable. Now, obviously, you do not want to go through the same experiences later on, or currently you don't want to go through. Therefore, it is very, very important to change certain characteristics about you to bring about a more profound experience. Because if you don't, then you are going to eat into your own life like poison eating into the host. You will eat into your body. And if you adopt an approach where you want to learn more, you want to apply your lessons, you want to rise in frequency, and you want to be adaptive, you want to learn the art of being adaptive, then already here, peace is a consequence of it. You will realize that you are a much more peaceful piece of life. And from peace, everything comes from peace. Peace is that which is not. Peace is the source, force, and manifestation. Peace is the source, actually. Peace is the source of existence. Love is the source of existence. It's a state of consciousness. So is peace. Now, this is the dimension of existence that we want to be in. A lot of people want peace, they want happiness, but they never get there because these are states of consciousness. And it all starts from your mind. The mind is the mental, the logic. Peace is beyond that. So if you are a person that wants to resist change, if you are resisting change, then you are very, very far away from the light. And as a consequence of this year, you will be stuck in the same position in various aspects of your life, and you will not be pleased. So, thank you so much, dear listeners, for your time. Thank you so much for your feedback that you give me, the positive ones. I really, really appreciate it. Before I go, I want to talk about just one thing quickly. Yes, we know that change is important. Change is nature, how nature is functioning. Nature is changing all the time. When I speak of change, I'm not speaking about changing the good qualities of you. For example, you could be a person that is absolutely honest and you're a very trustworthy person. Now, I'm not talking about changing those things. I'm talking about the things that you thought, said, and done that brought about a lousy experience within you. Now, you got to go back and look at those things and start putting corrective measures in place. Why? Because you want to be the change. The change is very important because this is karmic evolutionary process which is changing based on your karma as well. Same thing based on the karma. Karma is thought, word, and action. You need to always create better thoughts, better words, and actions for better results. It's as simple as that. So thank you very much, everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Ram. Haribol.